Hello everyone and welcome to Code Crushers. My name is Yona and we are going to learn about default constraints in SQL Server tutorial for beginners. So for today's lesson we are going to learn about default constraint. As you remember, in the previous lesson we learned about how to create tables in Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. There are two ways to create tables: by design, graphically, or using the query syntax. So, as you remember, we created two tables, the employee table and the department table. The employee table, there are the columns, employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone, hire date, and department ID. As you can see, the columns employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone, and hire date have not null constraint. That means that when we enter a new record in the table, we have to supply a value for all these columns, and the department ID does not have the not null constraint. If we insert a new record, we don't have to supply a value for department ID. And we have the employee ID, that is the primary key, and also for the department we have the columns department ID and department name, which also have the not null constraint. Every time we have to insert a new record in the department table, we have to supply values for the two of these columns. Okay, let's see what values do we have in these tables right now. So we just go on and type select star from our tables. And let's see. Okay, we have here department ID 1 informatics. And let's go and see what records we have on our table, the other table. Okay, we have one record. Today, for learning purposes, we are going to create a new table that I went ahead and created, the table gender, that is going to be under the schema DBO. This table is going to have two columns: the column ID, which is the primary key that does not allow null values, and the column gender, which has any varchar values, not null also. Okay, so let's go on and select from table employees to see what data do we have. Okay, we just go on and this, and then let's go on and select from gender, which I have previously populated with data. We have three values: 1, male, female, unknown. So let's go ahead and try and insert a record into employee table. The syntax is, okay, there's some space here. The syntax is insert into table, which is employee, columns that we want to provide for values. The columns are going to be first name, then last name, email, because these are all non-nullable columns, so we have to supply a value for all these columns, phone, hire date, department ID. Since gender ID is a nullable column, we are not going to supply a value for gender ID, and let's see what kind of value we get by default. We just go on values. First name is going to be John. Last name is going to be Smith. Email is going to be John Smith at hotmail.com. Hire date, we can go and type get date, it gets the current date. And department ID 1, because this is the only value that there is in the department table. Let's go and execute. Forget about the phone, which is also a non-nullable field. So just go in and add phone as field. And here after hire date, we just have to type in the phone number. The phone number, which is also a string, a varchar column. So let's type in. Okay, and go on and execute. Okay, perfect. We have inserted. Okay, as you can see, when we insert a record in the table, don't supply a value for a field which is nullable, the default value of this field is going to be null. As you can see, there is no gender ID for the record that we have just inserted in the table. But I want that when we do not specify the gender of a person, by default to get unknown, the unknown value, because we have this table gender with 3 values, male, female, and unknown. And I want that when we do not supply a value, by default, here I should see the value number 3. To do this, there is a syntax. We just have to go on and alter table, the name of the table, add constraint, the name of the constraint, gender, default, and the column that we want to add the constraint for gender ID. So alter table, which means that we are altering, we are changing this table. Add constraint is the keyword to add a constraint on this table, on the employee table. The name of the constraint we decide that is going to be gender default value because it is going to contain the default value of this field. The default value is going to be 3 and the field that is going to have this constraint is gender ID. So let's go on and commands completed successfully. If we go here on refresh, okay, columns, and let's go on constraints. Here we have gender default value. So let's go on and try and insert another value. Okay. If we insert another value in the employee table and do not supply a value for gender ID, let's see what happens. Okay, in this case, the name Miriam Smith at hotmail.com. This is the same phone number, it doesn't matter, and let's go on and execute. Okay. If we select from employee table, as you can see, the new record that we have inserted without specifying the gender ID has the value 3, the default value that we decided that when we do not specify a gender ID, it is going to be of 3. Let's, for example, let's try and insert another value, and this time we are going to specify the gender ID null. In this case, we are going to have the null value because we are specifying that this is null. When we specify null, we are going to insert a null value on the column gender ID. If we do not specify a value for gender ID, by default, we are going to have 3. Let's change the name. The name here, we can go on and put Jane Smith. Okay, let's go on and execute. Row affected, commands completed successfully, execute. Okay, we have the new record, and as you can see, the record that we have inserted, the value of gender ID is null because we specified that gender ID is going to have a null value. So now let's see another example when we specify the gender ID, because as we said, if we specify null, it inserts a null value in the table. If we don't specify anything, the default value is going to be the default value that we have set it, and that is going to be 3. Let's see and what happens when we specify a value. So let's just copy, and this is going to be Sarah. Let's just let the same last name, Sarah Smith. Okay, and the gender ID, let's a female, so the female is going to be 2, and we are going to write here 2, and let's execute. Okay, and let's see, the value that is inserted is a 2. Okay, so we have seen how to create a default constraint. If you want to delete the default constraint, the syntax is alter table, because we are altering the definition of the table, and the keyword is drop constraint and the constraint name. And let's go and execute. Alter table, yes, the table name. Okay. Okay, command completely successful. If you go on and refresh, as you can see, there is no constraint. Okay. So in this lesson, we saw how to create a default constraint and the various values that the constraint can have. We also learned how to drop the constraint that we created. This was everything about today's lessons. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also comment if you have anything or you need to know something. Thank you. Bye.